What is up, guys? This video I'm gonna be taking a first look at this camera. This particular camera is the PANOEAGLE UltraHD 4K. You can put an SD card in here, and you can put one as large as 256 gigs. It's a 2.8 millimeter wide angle camera, and it has a 98-foot night vision. This is waterproof, IP67, and it is designed and rated for outdoor use. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. So in here it looks like you got a little sticker, you got a manual, you got something from the Vicky Lynn thank you card. And yeah, guys, this is a PoE camera, so you can charge it with power over Ethernet, or you can hook in a AC adapter. But this is not a Wi-Fi camera, so even if you hook up an AC adapter, you'll still be installing a Ethernet cable. So here's the camera. You have this little connectors, little couplings, so you can connect your Ethernet cable together. You can connect it here without having the weather getting in. And there's the dome camera, guys. So you can mount it on the ceiling like this. And yeah, so you want to mount it like that, and that'll be your camera. So let's see how this performs. So in this first clip, we're looking at this video, and the first thing I noticed, this camera has some pretty good dynamic range. I see on the left hand upper side of the frame, there's a cloud that's part of that cloud is very, very bright, so it's a little bit of clipping, or you know, it's overexposed essentially. But the vast majority of this frame, it looks really good. I mean, the sky is very blue, even though it's very bright outside, so it didn't wash the sky out. This is February, as you can see in the date code in the corner. So we don't have any leaves on the trees, but you can see the trees and the branches. You can even see the smaller, you know, branches that are, you know, just showing the detail that this camera can capture. This is being captured in 4K in this video. So if you end up with a car or something and you need to freeze a frame and zoom in on a license plate or something, you're going to have a lot more resolution to work with to be able to do that. So guys, I wanted to take a moment to kind of explain a little bit about this class of cameras. Now, like I said earlier, this is a PoE camera, but first and foremost, it's an IP camera. That means I can use virtually any DVR device, such as a Hikvision DVR, or I can use an NVR, which is a network video recorder. And I use a NVR. I use a agent DVR that's running on my Unraid server, and that allows me to connect to all these different types of IP cameras. So what that means is it gives you a lot of flexibility, and it gives you a lot of options, and you can mix and match your different vendors and manufacturers, whatever. I don't consider it difficult, but you know, you're going to be, to use the software that comes on the camera, you're going to be going to the IP address using a web browser. You're going to be setting it up there. Now you can use the SD card and not have to record to a different device, but you can just, you know, use that IP address, go in there, and then get your videos off of the SD card that's inside of the camera. All this stuff is not really that difficult, but it's not as streamlined as using a Ring camera or something like that. Now, why do people do it? With a Ring camera, you're going to pay a lot more money, but it'd be simpler. But so what you're actually looking at, you're going to pay maybe twice, if not 3 times the amount of money, but it will be in a simple app. Now, if you're a little bit technical savvy, these are much better bang for your buck. If you look at the video quality here, it's much better than what you would see on most of these consumer products. Much better video, cheaper, and in my opinion, you get more options. Alright guys, you can see in this clip it's now 5:30 p.m. It's getting a little bit darker, and the camera is actually shooting into the sun, which causes a problem for a dynamic range of any camera. But as you can still see that there's a person here, and there's something that is going on at this point I wanted to take a second to explain. So like that red box right there, that's part of the AI system that the camera has. It automatically detects people, bicycles, and cars. And the advantage of that, when it's detecting, it can trigger to record. Now this can trigger the SD card to record onto, or if you have this connected to a NVR or a DVR, it can trigger that to record. Now, the advantage of doing this based on actually identifying a person, car, or bike is, let's say you have a tree in the background, and every time the wind blows, the tree moves. And if it's just doing motion detect, it's going to just be recording non-stop every time the wind blows. So having something set up this way is much more beneficial, because you can have it only record when there is actually someone in the camera frame, not a box blowing across your yard, a tree moving, or something like that. You want actual things being recorded onto your SD card or your hard drives, when it decides to record. So here's some night vision footage. So this is before the night vision is actually activated. As you can see, you can actually still see some stuff, but a lot of things are obviously dark. So pay attention to the dark areas. Like on my side of the fence is very, very black. You can't see anything. Now, night vision is enabled. The infrared lights are now on, and look at all the stuff you can see. I mean, if there was a person crouching down by the fence before, you wouldn't have seen anything. Now you would clearly see that person. So as you can see, basically my whole yard is now lit up with infrared light, and the camera is able to pick it up. So I forgot to test this particular feature out and capture video of it, but this camera does have two-way audio. So something similar to like a Ring camera. Someone could come to your camera. You can set these cameras up to send a push notification to your phone. You pull out your phone. You can then access this camera and talk to the person with two-way audio. So that's about all I have for this camera. As you can see, it's a really good performing camera, and right now on Amazon they're going for under $60. So that's what I talk about, guys. These things are great bang for your buck, and there's a link in the description if you'd like to pick one up. And that's all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.